talking about today?
So we're going to be talking about the Spider-Verse, the new Spider-Man animated movie that just came out.
Spoiler alert, it's coming.
Spoilers.
We're giving all the spoilers, right?
We're talking about it. We're talking about it. We've all seen it. We've all seen it. We all have varying levels of comic book Spider-Man knowledge. I think Kirk here is the winner for the most Spider-Man knowledge.
Kirk, you're our Spider-Verse expert.
Yeah, you're the Spider-Verse expert, and I do have some questions for you.
But seriously, that is your thing, right? Like, you've read quite a lot of Spider-Man.
Guys, I have a 121 that you got me signed by Stanley to prove it.
Yeah, we talked about that.
Yeah, I talked about last week.
Yeah.
Oh, you watched the episode. Good.
Yeah.
No, just when I just get notifications so you guys talk about me. That's it.
Yeah.
I watch every fucking episode. Don't worry.
Oh, great! Wow, real fan.
Yeah. No, that was awesome, and my pleasure.
Mm.
But yeah, you're a big Spider-Man fan,
right?
So, and I mean, I like Spider-Man. I mean, I used to have a big crush on Spider-Man because of the cartoon series got me into Spider-Man, and then I've dropped off, and I was like, I hate you, Peter Parker.
Oh shit!
And then later I was like, wait, that's me. Because I'm Peter Parker. I'm really good at being a comic book girl, but like my Danica life is a mess. You know what I'm saying? Like can't keep my Peter Parker shit's a mess. You know what I'm saying?
I can relate to that a lot. I get it.
Right. So it's like, and I think a lot of us can. Like a lot of us, like, oh, we're good in our jobs or whatever, but we're not good at our personal lives, or we can't find balance. Because Peter Parker's whole thing is like he's not able to find balance. He never is able to balance his superhero shit with his normal shit. You know, and so it's tough. You know, that's his cross to bear. So, but yeah, I'm into all that shit. I'm excited. I was excited for this movie. Everyone's hyping it up on Twitter like crazy. Mm-hmm. And then, Johnny C., what's your Spider-Man knowledge? Where you at?
I enjoy Spider-Man. You know, like the first the first 3 minutes of the movie, it's like, yeah, that's my knowledge of Spider-Man. Yeah, for sure. Spider-Man.
That's him.
I know this guy. The webs and the things.
Yeah. Great power, great responsibility. Like Uncle Ben.
Bonesaw, sure.
Yeah. Bonesaw. Fucking Bonesaw, your wrestling shit. You, of course, you remember fucking Bonesaw.
Okay, so I got a quick question, though. Because we bring up something really interesting.
He's into wrestling, by the way, so just let me know.
We're fucking talking later, dude.
Oh, no.
We're talking later.
Wait. Two piercers that are into wrestling? What's going on here? Did you even bring that up, that they're both piercers?
No, I didn't.
To the
I just
audience?
put that together.
We both wear hats, too.
Yeah. I know you guys got to fight.
I had to learn the hard way by hurting a lot of people, and I am so sorry about that.
That's all right.
Luckily, a lot of them were my friends, though, so it's cool.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And that's a whole different podcast.
Yeah.
Then.
And then Tyson, what's your Spider-Man knowledge?
My Spider-Man knowledge.
Yeah, it's kind of like Johnny C's Spider-Man knowledge.
Sure, I like Spider-Man.
Seen the movies.
Okay,
I'm here to push buttons. So
right.
Okay.
But I have a quick question, because you bring up something really good there. Like, I have this running argument with a lot of people that even if you're just the passing, just casual spider person, or like, I've heard of it, but like everyone knows the origin, right?
Yeah. Yeah,
like,
we all
gets bitten by a spider.
Gets bit by a spider.
That's all you fucking need, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
I love how much this movie just leans into that.
Yeah, great power.
There was nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
It's like, oh yeah, you got bit by a spider. That's
Yeah.
it. Like,
It's done.
But they just kept we'll get to that. But I was just kind of wanted to throw that out there before we get into the stream. Like, everyone fucking knows the origin of Peter Parker and Spider-Man by now.
Yeah, it was really interesting because the Spider-Verse thing, I mean, that's been a thing in the comics. I mean, Miles Morales has been around for how long? I mean, he's been around for like a decade or more.
We're going for about 10 years now.
Yeah, about a decade. Yeah.
Brian Michael Bendis introduced the character back when they were doing the Ultimate Spider-Man.
Yes.
In the Ultimate Universe, I should say.
Yeah, the Ultimate Universe is no more, though. There's not a thing anymore.
They decided to fold it up during Secret Wars.
Yeah, so that's
by
no longer
Jonathan
a thing.
Hickman.
But, yes, so Miles Morales has been around. Spider-Gwen's like, what, 2 years old?
Really new.
Yeah, she's
That's Jason
super
Latour
new.
and Robbie Rodriguez created the character.
She's super new, and she just blew the fuck up. Like, everyone just loves her costume. Everyone's like, yes,
I think a lot of it is attributed to the fact that, like, it's a low-key way to keep Gwen Stacy in the comics with keeping the original dead.
Right.
And also, Robbie fucking knocked it out of the park with that design.
Yeah. Oh, dude. Yeah.
Like,
he rocked it. I wish that as a girl, a small girl, I would have been really stoked on a Spider-Gwen. Like, I would have been.
Yeah.
I saw. I was like, oh shit.
And she has a shaved fucking head, dude. I would have been fucking.
Dude, it's stylish. It looks great in the comic books. The colors have a lot of fun with it. And guess what? It's really fun to cosplay for the kids.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Like the cons, people can put that costume together really quickly.
Oh yeah.
And fucking rock it.
Oh totally.
Like it's kind of genius.
Totally. And
here's a question: Is this movie have characters in it that came from the comics, like the most recent of any movie, seemingly like Spider-Gwen's like this decade?
Yeah.
As opposed to like most movies, like the characters have been around for 20 or 30 years.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, what about all the other Spider characters, like the Spider-Man Noir? Is that something that's been in the comics, or was that just made for the movie?
That was something that was in the comics. Marvel actually tried to do a noir universe. They did like just like Wolverine did one, and he was kind of like a gumshoe, and he was in a final fight at the end, like getting his ass kicked because they don't have powers.
Okay.
Like Wolverine didn't really have powers in that story.
Okay, so they're like Watchmen fucking deal.
Yeah,
Okay.
and like Wolverine is trying to fight guys, but he literally just takes steak knives and holds them in between his. It didn't work, guys.
I know.
But,
I know that Spider Ham is a thing. I've seen.
He's been around forever.
I don't know how long Spider Ham's been around for, but he's been around for
Not
like
long enough.
a hot fucking minute.
Fans fucking love Peter Porker.
Yeah, Peter Porker.
Peter Porker's awesome.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid. But
Wait,
it's good.
what
That's
was
thing.
the situation with the pig in the Simpsons movie?
That's different.
That's Spider Pig.
That's Spider Pig.
Was there any connection there? Or
No.
No,
Okay.
no.
Homer's just got
He was
really
just
good taste.
he was just holding up the pig on the like he's a Spider-Man pig, and he was just.
I don't think
having a
this.
good time.
Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm gonna take that back. The Simpsons definitely predict the future.
That was a totally
That's
different
true.
Spider
That's
Pig.
true.
That's
Yeah.
totally
So I'm not even gonna be like that was coincidence.
Simpsons did it. Simpsons did Spider Pig.
Yeah, I know. Fucking, they're on top of it.
Well, before you guys get started, like give a quick brief review of the
Okay. Well, so we have Into the Spider-Verse. So we have this alternate universe that Miles Morales lives in. There is a Peter Parker, a perfect blonde. He did everything right. He's got a Christmas album, like fucking.
Chris Pine is the voice of this Peter Parker.
Yeah,
That's how perfect he is.
Oh yeah, Chris fucking Pine. And so in this universe, Miles Morales, he gets bit also by a spider from Alchemax, and he starts getting the powers. And then the Kingpin is trying to. We'll talk about that later. But he's got a collider or some shit, and he's got doing some science shit that's like fucking everything up and bringing all these parallel universes together.
Right.
And during one of the experiments, Spider-Man falls into this ray and ends up bringing in all these other Spider-Men from these other universes into this reality, and that Peter Parker dies, and then it's up to these other Spider-Mans to all come together and save the day and get them sent back to where they're from.
Yeah.
And do that whole thing. And then Miles Morales, he's like the new guy though. Miles Morales, the new guy. He just got
kid.
his powers, doesn't know how to use them yet. He's fucking just figuring it out. This is a big fucking problem, and like everyone's more experienced than him, and it's a whole thing. So it's also a lot mostly about Miles.
Yes.
Yeah.
Mostly, he's the main character. But I wouldn't say that it's overwhelmingly about him either. Like, I look forward to maybe a movie with more Miles Morales.
I mean,
That's like Miles Morales centric.
yeah. I mean, I think as far as like how people like me who were screaming for Miles to be like on the forefront in any story.
Yeah.
And I mean, this thing took me by surprise when I saw the advertisement like last year. I had no idea about it. And apparently, this thing's been in like development for 3 years.
Yeah.
So when I saw like, holy shit, this is a Miles movie, and then got even really excited and look at the animation, the way they're doing like the points of view of like doing his web slinging, and I'm freaking the fuck out, and I just want to cheer at like that 30-minute second teaser, and then Sony.
Yeah, I know.
And I freaked the fuck out.
I know.
Like, oh no.
No, they're gonna fuck it up. But they really pulled it together. Like I don't have a lot of faith in Sony. And I was pleasantly surprised. This was Sony
The
Animation.
best Sony movie,
like,
Spider-Man since 2005.
Great job,
maybe?
guys. And they were doing new things in animation that no one's ever done before.
It looks so cool.
It
looks beautiful.
Really fucking cool. I mean, it looks really fucking cool. I really love, like, my eyeballs were just like, yay! Because I'm on that new shit, you know? I'm like, what's the new shit? And like, this is it. Like, and I got to experience that new shit. And I was like, scratch that itch.
The guys behind the Lego movie are behind this.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Like as an older guy, after watching, I was really hoping that kids thought Miles was as cool as I thought he was. You know what
God,
I mean?
hope so.
You know,
I mean, I
this is a
really
kids'
do.
Movie.
Yeah.
This is a kids' movie. I'm fucking not. Like, yeah, congratulations. An old man thinks this kid's cool, you know?
Yeah.
Right.
But I hope that there's teenagers out there that are like, this dude's fucking
well,
cool.
that's
you
one
know?
thing when I was growing up is, you know, a lot of the black nerds I knew loved fucking Spider-Man. Like, there's a lot of black dudes that love fucking Spider-Man. So, like, Miles Morales is like, yes, like, good. Like, I was always so happy when we got, like, a fucking black Spider-Man. I was like, yes, perfect.
And he's black and Hispanic.
Yeah, and Hispanic, yeah. He's like, he's got that whole Latin flavor, too. You know, he's got that Latin flavor, too.
Which feeds so well into, and I know we're going to get into it, but, like, the central point of what Stan Lee was talking about when he created Spider-Man. It's this, like, ongoing thing that he always had with him where, like, the best thing we ever did was put him in a full mask, because then anyone who was reading Spider-Man, you could be Spider-Man.
Yeah.
And, like, I think it's centrally that's what's going on with this movie, and I cried a lot.
Yeah.
There was a cry meter, man.
What moments got you in particular?
Obviously the Stan Lee cameo that I did not see coming out of anywhere.
Yeah, is that our final one? I wonder.
No, I think they got a couple more. They got a couple more pre-filmed, but like
I wonder how many more we got left though. You know, like how many more genuine Stan appearances.
If it's true, if these people were working him far beyond what he was supposed to,
yeah,
how many did they get in the can?
Yeah.
How many did they see?
Calling it.
Yeah,
right. Where they were like, screw that. We have these movies in the can. We have these movies in the works. Let's get these cameos in the can before this dude kills over.
Yeah, I saw
because those guys were watching what was going on. Like, oh, can we just?
I saw this tweet on the Twitterverse, on the fucking Twitterverse, and it was saying that, can you imagine being young black dude and you have fucking Black Panther come out in the beginning of the year and fucking Miles Morales at the end of the year, like, those kids are just like, the best fucking time, you know? It's just like, yes, like, just like, so fucking good, like, so.
But it's important. Like, I'm so happy that, like, if there's anybody that's being introduced to Miles this way, I'm so excited for these kids.
Yeah.
I'm just jealous of kids in general with like pop culture right now.
Yeah, right.
Like, fuck you. We didn't have Comic-Cons and people dressing up and
Oh man, dude, cosplay was not a thing.
No.
When I was in high school, it was not a thing. I dressed up in cosplay. And I was a dork, and it sucked, and it was not cool.
Totally, I think I would have taken a totally different career path if I knew that concept art was a thing when I was growing up.
Right.
I just knew comics were a thing.
Right. It's like it's a whole it's a whole thing, man. But back to like all the characters and shit. Okay, so Spider-Man Noir. So they're all. What about the Japanese one? What about Penny?
So the
Parker?
Japanese one. Hold on, I took notes on that because I got really excited to talk about that.
Okay.
So Penny Parker is based off of a single issue that Gerard Way did for Marvel. And it's the only Marvel work that he did. So Gerard Way is My Chemical Romance, Umbrella Corporation, spearheaded Young Animals over at DC.
Yeah.
And he did one, and it was The Edge of Spider-Verse. It was like a 5-issue miniseries to kind of introduce some key players and different concepts of Spider-Man and Peter Parker to get used into Spider-Verse, which was written by Dan Slott. I should put that out there. And for as like chibi and cute as his Penny was on screen, go find that issue that Gerard Way wrote because the art is killer. He smashes so much concept and idea into who that character is, and it's seriously a tour de force of cyberpunk.
Yeah,
like it doesn't look anything like what they portray. I understand why they made the changes to make Penny look like what she did on screen with this thing.
Yes.
Because you couldn't have had I'm spitting on you because I'm so excited to talk about Spider-Man. Sorry. But because they couldn't have like a suit that was kind of based off of like Evangelion, like mobile, like Gundam stuff.
Oh, she had a plug suit?
Yeah.
She had,
that's where the influence came from it. So you can't really put that in a Spider-Verse movie. You know what I mean?
I want to see it in a Spider-Verse.
I'll loan you the issue.
One thing, I have one criticism of a character that I feel like absolutely should have been in this, was not in this, and she totally could have been in this, Madam Web.
Oh, yeah.
Where the fuck is Madam Web?
She's at the center of
Dude, she should be the fucking center.
Story.
She should be at the fucking center of this shit, because there's like the spooky spider lady who's like kind of like a fucking psychic, like old lady, whatever, and you fucking.
She was kind of based on the idea that. Sorry, just fucking nerd. Get over here and talk about it.
Talk about Madam
They
Web.
actually have use here. Come on. Madam Web was kind of like a play on like Fates, where like she was spinning yarn, so she would like spin web. And she could see like the different fates and universes of everyone who was, and the comic really rode, I should say, the concept of totemic powers.
Yeah.
So she was really in tune with like the totemic like spider power, and that's where like a lot of her power came from.
Yeah.
And she was this old blind lady who like talked cryptically, and that's what made her really cool for like any story that she showed up in.
And she has cool glasses and shit.
Yeah.
She's always has round, cool glasses and stuff, and it's like cool. She looks fucking neat. And I was always like, Madam Web. Wasn't she involved in like Clone Wars shenanigans too?
I think so. It's been a minute.
Wasn't she? Okay, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed we didn't see Scarlet Spider show up a little bit.
No.
I mean, I know he's like out and he's old and nobody cares anymore, but like it would have been kind.
They're doing cool stuff with Kane in the comics.
Yeah.
They're doing cool stuff with Kane.
Are they?
Yeah.
Okay.
In fact, like the whole comic book, the whole Spider-Verse. I'm thinking about Spider-Geddon, which is the sequel right now. Sorry. Spider-Verse by Dan Slott.
There's a lot of spiders.
He played a huge part in that.
Okay.
And the cool thing about the Dan Slott story was that he set out and he said, I'm going to include every single version of Spider-Man in this story.
Okay.
And everyone said, fuck you.
You can't
And he
do it.
pulled it off.
He's like, no,
He
watch
totally
me.
pulled it off.
Watch
Which is
me.
how many spider dudes?
I don't know. Like, he even did like a little side story where like there's this really sweet thing where like the newsprint universe of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Which still Stan Lee was still kind of writing it.
Yeah.
And it was just really sweet. It was in the Daily News or whatever like local newspaper you've got.
Oh, yeah,
You know that one I'm talking
I know
about?
what you're talking about.
So there's
I know
this
what
whole
you're talking
thing
about.
where like Madame Web does this whole thing where she discovers this universe and she goes, they're too innocent for what's coming, and she uses like a certain amount of her power to hide that universe. I know. So nothing happens to them.
That's really sweet.
It was fucking
that's
cool.
really sweet. Yeah, that's really, really fucking sweet. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I think Madam Web should have been in there. I just
Absolutely.
feel like I would have. That's my one complaint. I'm like, I want. And it was kind of frustrating because there was so many characters that you really couldn't get more into Miles's shit. I would have loved to know more about his uncle and his dad's situation and more about getting that family drama. Like I'd like to hear more about Miles and like really focus on him a little bit. But I understand that. Here's the thing: they do have so many Spider characters, and Sony's here to make money. And
Yeah.
and you can't just come out with a Miles movie, because then if you come out with a Spider-Gwen movie, people will be like, what the fuck? So you have black one, now you have a girl one.
Right.
Blah, blah, blah.
Right.
But if you come out with Spider-Verse and you have everybody in there, then you can do spin-off movies
It's
of...
such a good way of backdooring
Yes.
this whole
Yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
And it's one of the coolest things about comic books that it's, I feel like it has been acceptable for a long time. That there's just these different, and look, none
Yeah.
of that shit matters. This
Right.
is over here.
Right.
Like,
Yes,
this is
this is here,
This is a
this
whole
is
different
here.
deal.
That's how we get to tell that story.
It's so far ahead of every other medium for that kind of storytelling. Like it really, really is.
Right.
And having like it backdoors the problem. Why does it have to be a chick? Why does it have to be? It's like because there's different universes, man.
Right.
This is what it is.
Yeah.
It doesn't take away
Deal with
from the reality over. It doesn't take away. That is I feel people with like that's their problem is they feel
Right.
any other reinterpretation, sequels, all these things is stealing the power from the originals
Yeah.
and
Right.
being able to go. No, this is a completely
This is a whole different
This has
thing.
nothing to do with that. This is
whole
a
different thing.
whole different spin on that fucking story because
Right.
there's only 7 stories to begin. There's,
Right.
there's
Right,
not
yeah.
a lot of stories to tell to begin with.
Yeah.
This one we're just going to use a similar costume to tell that story. And it's going to be cool.
Yeah.
Shut up.
And I did love, though, when...
Points.
I love when at the end, like Miles is like, "You guys don't understand. Like my uncle's been killed or whatever the fuck, and they're all like,
Like, what do you think? My uncle didn't
mine died. This is my and like every one of them had that sacrifice though in their story, and I thought that was really cool. Like I was like, that's cool that they all. It's like, oh, you're
Well, Johnny C's right. That is a problem because do you remember when you went on movie fights back in 2014?
No, but you do.
I do. I do because the audience was unusually upset at you. It was like the most upset I've ever seen an audience.
What did I say?
So maybe I
And it
didn't see
bothered
every
me.
episode.
Anyway, your argument was, when Marvel taking over the Spider.
Oh, Miles Morales should be.
You argued for Miles Morales.
Yes.
Why not? Because we've had 2 versions of Spider-Man.
Right.
Right? 2
Right.
Sony versions of Spider-Man, so why not try the Miles Morales?
Yeah.
And I couldn't believe how upset people got just over that notion.
Yeah.
Right?
Right.
Which is kind of ridiculous. I'm going
Yeah.
to throw that one out there right
Well,
now.
was it
It
just
already
about-
exists.
Totally.
It already fucking exists.
Right.
We're not-
Twice.
Right. We're
Right.
not
But
saying,
people that don't read comics didn't know about him at all. So
Yeah.
to them, it was like, oh, a black Spider-Man or oh, a woman Spider-Man.
Right.
That's all. Like,
So, but this was a perfect way to
Yeah.
overcome that.
Yeah.
And now you
Yeah.
can do a black Spider-Man or a woman Spider-Man, and people will
They're
just
already
like, oh, it already
planning-
exists.
oh yeah, and they've even like
it's
fucking
the mental environment.
high-fived each other. It's
Yeah,
cool.
the Spider-Gwen
They're friends.
sequel's already been announced.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
That's super
yeah.
cool.
Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah, makes
like she's
sense.
already they're already putting together like Spider-Woman. All the Spider-Women are going to get
Yeah.
together, and I'm pretty sure Miles is going to be like the assist on that one.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That'll be cool.
It's going to be fucking dope, man.
Yeah, that was exciting. I loved Nick Cage coming in as the Spider-Man noir voice. I was like, yes, weird fucking Nick Cage.
That took one phone call.
America's weird.
I'm in.
America's weird uncle, like America's weird uncle, fucking Nick Cage coming in. I loved that. I was like super stoked.
They're talking out the corner of the mouth, and
Yeah.
they're like the whole 40s. You see, right?
Yeah.
I like to punch Nazis and make
so
sure that
good.
the American way is held up right. Like I was
good.
fucking all about that.
Yeah, no, I really liked that a lot. I thought that was really good. I was into the fucking the Ultimate. And now is Doc Ock Olivia Ock in the Ultimate Universe? Was she?
Please, comments correct me. In the Ultimate Universe, it was still Dr. Octavius, Otto Octavius.
Okay.
I don't know if Olivia is a version that we've seen somewhere else. If we
Okay.
did, I've missed it.
Okay.
If that was just a really fun way that the writers were like, you want to get the audience?
Right.
This is Doc Ock.
It totally got me though.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah.
That worked out
I
really
like
well.
her. Yeah.
Did you like? I liked the how her tentacles were designed.
Yeah.
How they were like
Oh,
very
yeah. Like,
insect like,
Yeah.
and they kind of like pumped and
Yeah, I like
it was
that
really
they were like
gross.
squishy.
They were
you
very
know?
much more appendages than like tools. You know?
Yeah.
This was a part of her.
Yeah, it seemed very natural.
Right.
As a, yeah,
Yeah,
good call. man.
I liked her. I thought she was cool. Now, so Miles Morales, his powers are a little different than Peter's. He can shock people.
He's got the Venom Blast.
He's got a Venom Blast, and then he can go invisible.
Yep.
And this is canon. This is in the because I
That's
don't
in
know
the
that.
comics.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I haven't read Miles Morales comics. Is there anything else that he does?
There was a new power introduced that I'm still not quite totally clear up on, where it's like, I don't want to say like, it's like an extension of the Spider Blast, where they're kind of like energy webs. I'm not totally clear
Everyone's
on that
fucking
yet.
doing that shit.
But a new writer took over, so I don't know if they're going to keep that in.
Did he make the
No, what's her nest gave him to?
Well,
No.
but in the Miles Morales, does he have,
those are-
or does he just
Those
and
are
it's like
those were borrowed.
natural?
Aunt May gave him those.
Okay, Aunt May gave
he's smart, but we're not sure if he's like
Right.
science genius smart yet.
Okay,
He's definitely.
yeah. He doesn't have to be.
Yeah, no.
He's fucking. He'd be a graffiti artist if he wants.
Because like in the comics, in the Ultimate Universe, they actually killed Peter, which is
Yeah.
like I thought was something that was really cool they
Yeah.
borrowed in the movie.
Yeah.
And one of the things is that Peter Parker's entire like B cast became part of Miles's like confidants.
Okay.
So Aunt May, Gwen Stacy,
Yeah.
Mary Jane, they all became the people who were like, we'll teach you how to be Spider-Man.
Yeah.
That's how you
And
do it.
Yeah.
So
Like Aunt
wait.
May, like that's how you do it. I really enjoyed when she was like, "What do you think? You're the only asshole who thought to come here?" Like,
Right.
you know
Right.
what I mean?
I liked her just like about fucking time.
Yeah, like it's like, what do you? What's gonna get out of here?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah. Yeah.
And immediately got it. There was no like, oh, we have to explain this shit to you. She's
No.
like, yeah.
Yeah.
Multiverse, there's other dudes. Come on.
Yeah, we
Like,
got this.
you know,
I.
Do you see where I am?
Like, do you know what the fuck? I love that the 616 Peter Parker is the piece of shit Peter Parker who shows up, who's got
Which
the
I related to so well.
Spider
I
carbs.
Was thinking the exact same
I know,
thing.
you
Like,
two
I was
motherfuckers.
like-
You two motherfuckers.
Like, oh, Peter B. Parker. There. Hey,
Yeah.
Peter, what's up?
Yeah. Yeah. He's fucking up. And it was like so dark that he was like, no, I'll save everybody. And it's like, no, you're just trying to commit suicide because you don't want to deal with your problems and go back to your life.
Right, like,
like,
look,
you're
pal,
not being a hero.
He had a death
Shut
wish.
the yeah, he had a
Loki
fucking-
had a death wish throughout the movie.
Heike, I was like, dude, he wants to kill himself. Like, fucking sucks. Like, it's so dark, you know. But it's really good. It was so good. I really enjoyed it. And I'm glad that Miles forced him to go back and deal with his shit. You know, I was like, yeah, get in there, Peter. You do it. You could do it, Peter. Maybe not. What's Peter Parker in the 616? What is he up to now? Because last time I was checking in on him, he was like the head of. Well, Octavius was him for a long time and made him badass and took his life and made it cool. And
Yeah.
that was like I would love that shit.
I think Danica and I are still on that whole like they should have just kept that going.
Just
train.
keep Otto in the Peter Parker body. Like, yes, because he was like, and then he had to deal all this fuck. Anyways.
Yeah.
It was good.
Comic book.
I know. But then Peter comes back, and so he was kind of taking over, and he had all this badass shit now because Dr. Otto Octavius figured it out, made his life fucking cool, and balanced him out, and had a good time going on. What is Peter up to today in the comics?
So right now, it kind of started with a new creative team. Dan Slott's out, and Nick Spencer took over.
Okay.
And Nick Spencer, like, he actually had a really good run with the enemies of Spider-Man. That miniseries was really good.
Yeah.
And he was writing the villains of Spider-Man. And he took that over, and it's also the artist from Invincible, from
Okay.
Robert Kirkman.
Oh, yeah.
Which his
Nice.
art blends
Nice.
so well.
That's good.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
It's obviously, I think there's 7 or 8 issues into it now. Great jumping on point if you want to new creative team, all that good
If you're
stuff.
ready to make the commitment.
Yeah, and the cool thing is they are still borrowing a lot from what Dan Slott laid out, but now he's
Yeah.
trying to go back to school.
Yeah.
And he's back with Mary Jane.
Okay.
And we're kind of like relearn.
Does Mary Jane still have a bar?
What's that?
Does she still have a bar? Did it get blown up?
No.
Okay.
They're
all
trying to get away from certain things.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I'm
and like I
saying.
said,
Like, there's
correct
some
me
stuff I'm
in
like,
the comments.
yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
but it's a good jumping on point. I can go into deeper criticism, but I don't want to do that right now.
Yeah.
But I mean, if like you want to see fucking phenomenal art that was made to draw Spider-Man, like
Yeah.
check out the new series.
Excellent stuff. Yeah, Peter. Well, I'm glad Peter's trying to figure it out. He's going back to school, huh?
He's kind of going back to school, but like a lot of the stuff that Otto did is starting to come and haunt him. So his reputation's been a little
Right, compromised.
yeah. So he's kind of having to jump through some hoops and kind of relearn who he is.
Yeah.
because of Otto's mistakes.
Ah, man, that was such a good storyline, though. They did a whole thing, like, Otto got in, and he was like, now I'm fucking Spider-Man.
And he was like, I'm gonna be better.
I'm gonna be the superior Spider-Man. He was the superior Spider, and he fucking was. He fucking was. I mean, he still fucked up, and he still had shit. You know, he's like, this hero business. Because he was like trying to like have a clean start. He wasn't trying to be a villain.
Yeah.
He was trying to be.
And he's like, I'm gonna be a good Spider-Man.
No, I'm gonna like fuck Peter.
He basically
I'm
learned,
gonna do a great job.
Dude, he basically learned the sacrifices that Peter had made to be Spider-Man, and that all hit him at the same time. Like, I'm trying to take over the fucking world. What the hell have I been doing?
Right. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, he's got to deal with some shit. Yeah. It was good. It was really good. But yeah, so back to Into the Spider-Verse. One thing that I'm really excited about is that, and you talked about this earlier, is like introducing the idea of parallel universes, the multiverse, to children. Because it's going to be a lot of kids' my first Spider-Man. And I love that. I love that Rick and Morty's doing it, and I love that this movie's doing it, and I'm just really excited. The more kids grow up thinking about parallel multiverse bullshit is, like, good for me. I think that's a great.
Absolutely.
Idea.
I want...
Yes.
I want that to be, if not accepted as reality, accepted as a concept, accepted like as this is a possibility of what's going on right now.
Right. Right.
You know, like this is...
I don't know. Probably is.
Seems so.
Yeah.
Like it would seem like if I had to guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, of course. Duh.
It seems like such a weird concept and a huge concept. And really start to think about it, you're like, no, this makes a lot of sense.
It's just pretty easy. You know, like pretty easy. Yeah, but overall though, I enjoyed it. I think that oh man, I don't know how I feel about. I like Sienkiewicz Kingpin because they did like a Bill Sienkiewicz look for Kingpin, but I don't know. I think it was maybe a little bit too much because all the other characters.
It was a
little distracting. It was
cartoony and a cartoon that was not cartoony, except for the two obvious fucking cartoons.
Except for Spider-Ham,
you know, what I mean? But I dug it.
But yeah, I was still like okay with it, you know. Kingpin. And then he fucking kills fucking Spider-Man.
Fuck yeah,
whoa!
We watched Kingpin do it.
Whoa!
No problem.
Whoa!
Was like,
yeah.
You know how long I've been waiting to do this?
Yeah. I know, and but I love that. Like, okay, now our spoilers on. Kingpin lost his family when Vanessa and his son walk in on him getting ready to kill Spider-Man in that universe, in the Chris Pine, Peter Parker universe.
Right.
And then they freak out, get in the car, try to run away, and they get killed in a car accident.
Right.
And so now he's talked to Dr. Olivia Octavius, and she's created this thing that can bring a different Vanessa and son from another multiverse so he can have his wife and son again because he wants that back. Mm-hmm. And so in the process of this, he ends up killing that Spider-Man that he wanted to kill before. But then later, he doesn't, but the Vanessa dude doesn't show up. So at the very end of the movie, they do the experiment again. Vanessa and his son from another universe are popping in and out. But at that point, he's got Miles Morales, I think, and he's gonna fucking kill Miles. And then they're like, it's just playing over again. And it was just like, that's exactly what would happen in a multiverse scenario. Like, it would just play over again, and then they'd be like, and run away again. And then this time they're fucking gone. And you know, it's just like, it was so good. It's really good. I really liked that a lot. I was like, yes.
It wasn't Kingpin's motivations the most Kingpin motivations ever for you to sympathize with a villain in a movie.
Yeah.
Like, he just wants his family back, but like at the risk of stealing them from another version of himself.
Right.
In another
universe.
From another
but you're going to piss you off in another... Now this dude...
That's what I kept thinking the entire time.
This dude's coming now.
Yeah, like, you want to piss off another you? All right, man. I'll watch that sequel.
I know. Totally. Yeah, absolutely. I thought that was really great. Yeah, it was really good. But also, it was just like, it reminded me of that whole thing where it's like, you always want to blame somebody else for what you did. It's like, this is Spider-Man's fault. You know, it's like, no, bitch, it was your fault, Kingpin. You fucked up, and now you're fucking up again. You know, it's just like,
blame me for your shitty decisions.
God damn it, Kingpin. Right, that's what villains do. You know, like
100%.
They don't fucking.
But that is very much a version of the truth. Mm-hmm. Do you know what I mean? Like, what he's saying is not untrue.
Yeah.
It's a little short-sighted, not really telling the full story
from a certain point of view.
It's the fucking truth. Yeah, that's what happened.
Yeah.
Like, that, you know.
Yeah.
We act emotionally and justify rationally.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's I'm
also gonna write that down. Thank you.
Right.
Hold on.
Yeah, man. Yeah, crazy. Somebody was asking what Spider-Man's zodiac sign. I'm like, oh, well, what does zodiac sign be? I don't know. I think about
I mean, I could just Google. Well,
oh, yeah, Google.
Do you just want to Google like what his birthday is, and we'll just go to you for
yeah.
We'll figure this one out.
Yeah, let's find out. Let's find out what Peter Parker.
Peter Parker's birthday.
Because he's got to have one.
They almost give me Peter Rabbit. Good times.
Fuck you, Google.
I like this answer. August 10th was the release date for Amazing Fantasy, his first appearance.
Okay.
So August 10th, 1962.
August 10th. Wait, hold on. So that might...
That's the birth of Spider-Man, but nowhere in the stories have they ever talked about what Peter Parker's birthday is.
Doesn't
I'm
have
sure.
Come on.
That make him a Leo.
They never had a party?
That would make him a Leo, which would be kind of weird because it's like Leos are like peacocks, you know? They're like, oh, look at my hair. I look so good. I'm a leader, you know? And then Peter Parker's like, no,
you know what,
shit.
though?
Like,
Like,
but he does
even,
in Spider-Man, I guess.
even in
He's
the
got a cool-ass
movies,
costume.
when they decided to... Marvel showed off the date, like, they put it in the same date.
Yeah, so that would make Peter Parker a Leo.
They're sticking with it.
Yeah, So, but I don't think it's a great... I was actually thinking the other day about like placing X-Men and making my X-Men Zodiac thing, and I was like, Professor X would be a Gemini. Like in my head, I was just sitting there like, oh, what would Logan? I was like, Logan would be a Scorpio.
That would be a super interesting entry point for like writing characters,
right.
like to write it around. Like, when's this fool's birthday, and like what kind of
Cyclops is a Capricorn.
Like if you're gonna write personalities into somebody you don't know.
Yeah. Oh,
Exactly.
dude.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, that's
and you
what.
believe in this lunacy that.
Yeah.
There you go. Write that into your X-Men story you keep threatening.
Yeah, I know. Well, the Sailor Moon, all those characters, like all the like Sailor Venus and Sailor Mars, all of their personality traits are similar to the personality traits of the planets that they represent. So it's like Mars is all fiery and shit and has a fucking temper. You know, it's like Venus is like, she's like modeling and.
Yeah, I'm an Aries, so that explains my attraction to Mars.
There you go, dude. You got that fire shit. You got that fire sign shit going on, dude. I think she might actually be an Aries too, because their zodiac signs also match up. Like this bitch like went through and like really like took these concepts and like turned them into anime characters, and that's why they're so lasting and enduring.
Yep.
You know, they have a fucking universal framework underneath them. Like it's fucking awesome. Logan is obviously an Aries. Yeah, I mean he could be an Aries. He could be an Aries, but I feel like he's just so emotional. And, like, that's a water sign, you know? And I just feel like he could be a Scorpio because they're like, they'll sting you if you hurt their emotions, you know? They fucking, you know, cut you. I don't know. But he could be an Aries, though. He could be, Emma is a Scorpio. Oh, yeah, Emma.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah, Emma, yeah. Logan is a cuddly Cancer. Okay, yeah, I don't know about that.
And I'm sure in certain fanfics he's a cuddly Cancer.
Yeah, right?
Sure
Yeah.
I'm sure when you're shipping Logan and Kurt... Nightcrawler in like relationship fanfic,
right. Deadpool is a Sagittarius. I could see that. That's cool. That makes sense. All right, I like that. Yeah. So we can do a lot of stuff with that. So they're definitely doing a Spider-Gwen movie. Mm-hmm. Have they announced another Miles Morales? Like
I think that might be it. I think that might be them going like, don't worry, we're gonna bring him back.
Yeah, I heard. I saw this on Twitter that Sony was trying to patent the technology that they created to make this animated film so that nobody else could
and this would be their style, like which would be super cool.
Right,
if
cool
this is what Sony cartoons look like from here on in, and nobody else did that would be cool as shit.
I mean, it'd be good for them, but at the same time, it's like, let
Pixar has their thing. Everybody's got their thing.
I'm so bored of that shit.
I'm just saying that's their thing.
Yeah.
Like this could be Sony's thing.
Yeah,
at least for a while.
Yeah. Well, yeah, at least for a while.
I mean, truth be told, I tried to do some research on like the process of the animation before I came in today, and it's a little beyond me.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, I really wish I was smart, because no.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing is like the animation industry, like lately, it's just like not. I don't know. I don't feel like it's popping. Maybe it is, and I'm wrong. I don't know, but like I just feel like it's kind of been in a lag, like artistically. Like there hasn't been a lot of like innovation in the animation. Like once we got to like Pixar animated films, it's like, well, there's only so far you can kind of go with that, and like. This has been something that really has raised the bar and done something, pushed the technology and done something really interesting that I really enjoyed. And so, but at the same time, it's like, I want, like, I don't know, if this is good for the industry, like, it's good for everybody. So if there's other movies coming out like this, it's like,
gonna raise up everybody.
It's going to raise everybody up.
The
it's gonna raise
competition,
everybody
you know, that you choose to try to be better than that. So
Yeah.
it's only going to excel like as far as
Yeah.
quality is concerned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Getting my Adobe certifications done so I can be on that shop talk shit meetings. Yeah, get that Adobe certification. Oh man. You guys are still going off. It's like Gene is a Virgo. Kitty is a
That's
Libra.
I can't believe. I was thinking, I was like, this is like its own thing.
Oh yeah, totally.
Oh Jesus Christ!
Totally. Absolutely.
Let you lunatics loose.
I know. Yeah. What side would Dazzler be? I don't know. I have to think about it. I don't know.
I mean, I obviously you're like a light sign, but I don't think it should be that.
I'm an
Obvious?
Aquarius, so I feel like, hey, she should be a fucking Aquarius, like, doing her thing, always marching to the beat of her own drum, likes to dress up, be on stage, wearing shiny bullshit,
Oh no!
wearing
trust me,
face paint, dressing like an asshole.
Everybody listening.
Her
knows
costume,
what-
it's not her X-Men costume. Her first costume was her stage costume. She's a fucking disco mutant.
Yes,
although
Dazzler.
she's a Leo. Yeah, I could see her being a Leo. Yeah, she got good hair too. Yeah, I could.
Dazzler
see
can
that.
be whatever she wants to be.
Yeah, I could see Dazzler is because Dazzler isn't like weird though. She's not like a weirdo. She's not like
On whose scale?
my scale. My scale is my weirdo scale is very nuanced and varied. There's a lot of shades of gray.
Are you
in
talking
my-
about the same
Yeah.
rock star mutant?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Super normal. It's like a regular
She's
person.
fucking normal. She's boring. Who cares? I feel like Quentin Quire would be an Aquarius because
Oh, for sure.
that guy is like a rebel. Fucking yeah. Okay, I'll take it. Dazzler's Leo. Quentin Quire is Aquarius. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right. So, what else about Spider-Verse?
I have a question.
Yes.
It would be more. So one of my favorite parts was Uncle Aaron and how showing like a high level henchman having like a real life.
Oh yeah.
Like he's an uncle. Like and having that he was this kid's cool uncle and fucking prowlers. you
Right.
know? And not he wasn't these things, but he was also this.
He can exist as both things. He's trying to literally mentor his kid in certain ways that he thinks that his dad is actually failing at.
Right, and my question is, how often has the private regular life of a high level henchman been explored outside of this?
No, I think it's great. I mean, aside from the Austin Powers movies, but I mean,
Sure.
Everybody were like, the guys are like, Smitty got crushed by a cement, roller again.
Right.
But I mean, no, I think, because here's the thing, I don't think audiences are capable of accepting two contradictory concepts at the same
paradox.
time.
Right,
Like,
that's what I was saying. He's
it's
this
just-
and that, not this.
Right.
But
Like people
also
would
that,
like,
you
no,
know?
he can't be the cool
Right.
uncle. He's also
Yeah.
like, well, no, you need to introduce that concept to
Yeah.
people.
I kind of wanted
So,
more
yeah.
focus on that story.
I want more
like that
Prowler.
element.
He looked
Yeah.
like Spawn. I liked his little
That was-
music.
which, by the way,
cool
that
music
design-
every time they showed him.
That design came out, that was for the movie, and that
Yeah.
thing was badass.
Yeah.
Like, we've seen Prowler costume
Yeah.
designs before that was never that cool.
Yeah. So tell me more about the Prowler. I don't know much about his character.
So, I mean, Prowler, as far as Ultimate is
Mm-hmm.
concerned with Miles, he is exactly what you think. He was, in the comics, he was hired to steal one of the genetic spiders that was being tested by Osborn in the comic books.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
And he had several different spiders being tested on.
Okay.
So Peter got bit by one that we only knew of.
Okay.
So that's why Miles had a different set of powers, because it was a different
Got it.
experiment with that one.
Yes.
But the Prowler basically serves as the with great power comes responsibility lesson.
Yes.
Because it's the uncle. It's
Right,
the uncle dying.
right, the uncle dying.
He's the Uncle Ben dying.
Yes.
So that's what the
Uncle
Prowler's
Prowler.
for. In the 616, don't worry about it.
Right.
It really don't.
Yeah. Like what?
regular-
No. What is going on in the 616? Like is
I
he
haven't
just
seen that character in forever.
right? Right.
Which is why I'm sure like Bendis probably used him for the Ultimate Universe. Like, no one's touching this guy. I'll make him Miles' uncle.
Yeah.
You know?
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I like that full-time Fader says Craven is daddy. You like Craven the Hunter, full-time Fader. I know, we need to get some Craven the Hunter business. Like, I feel like...
He's a dream daddy. Everyone knows that.
I know, everyone knows that. Do you know Craven the Hunter?
No.
Okay, Craven the Hunter. He is a hunter. And
perfect.
he was like, oh,
Name
Spider-Man
easily checks out.
that's an animal I want to catch. Like, he wants to fucking get that dude's head on his fucking
yeah.
wall. So, like, he's a fucking problem. And I saw some people speculating on the internet that it's been rumored that Hugh Jackman, or I don't know if it's officially announced, but Hugh Jackman has been cast as something in the MCU or something, and people were like, and he had
I'll
this
believe it
crazy,
when I see it at this
and he had this
point.
crazy mustache, and people were like, oh, he's Kraven the Hunter, and I was like, oh, dude, if he was Kraven the Hunter, that'd be so fucking cool.
I mean, I don't even want to go any further with this. Like, if you're going to tell me that he's going to do any other Marvel, Sony / anything else, and
Yeah.
it's not Wolverine,
No, fuck him for Wolverine. I'm tired of it. I'm tired of it. I want to see him as Kraven the Hunter. I'm fucking.
I want to see him literally as anybody else.
let me-
Because
let me show you.
Logan went out
It's
like
over.
Yeah, you're good.
Here's some Kraven the Hunter pics. He's like wears a cool lion vest where he shot some
Holy
lion in the
shit.
face and like fucking.
He wears a
made
lion head.
Yeah, wears a
As a
lion head as a
jacket.
Yeah.
fucking vest. And he's got like cheetah pants on and shit, and
he's
he's like
serious
fucking
business.
handlebar mustache.
Big game hunter that considers Spider-Man
Yeah,
the biggest
Dream
game
Daddy.
to hunt.
Yeah, Dream Daddy.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Which, by the way, guys, please totally ship Kraven with your Dream Daddies online.
Yeah, right.
Please do that.
Right? Are you guys playing that? Have you been playing that? I haven't played it.
No, but I checked out the comic because
Yeah.
I got a couple of previews for it.
It was cute.
It's really cute.
Yeah, yeah.
That guy could be a wrestler.
Yeah, there's a. I know. Yeah,
That's what he
totally,
should be. He's a professional
totally,
wrestler.
totally.
That's his name.
If no one's
Kraven
stolen that
Totally.
shtick, yeah.
Yeah,
Do it.
Yeah, Kraven the
That
Hunter.
looks like his entrance. He has a vest on. You know, that you want to take it off. when you
Yeah,
start the match.
yeah. He's got the little cheetah pants. He's got
Yeah,
some
he looks
teeth
like
on
a
his
fucking
belt.
wrestler.
His
I like it's
teeth on
turned into a
his belt.
serious conversation about Spider-Verse, and now it's just turned into like, wouldn't that be cool?
Kraven
That's
the
what that movie
Hunter.
was about.
I
That's a
know,
lot of what that
right.
movie was about. Like,
Yeah.
wouldn't it be cool? Like,
Yeah.
and I want people who make movies to have that freedom of, wouldn't it be cool?
Wouldn't it be cool?
To just,
Yeah.
like, wouldn't it be cool? And to make that fucking movie, like, wouldn't it be cool if this happened?
There's
Let's
this,
do that.
there's this weird thing going on at Marvel right now because they've really ushered in a lot of really great talent that were kind of known for like their indie stories. And a lot of these guys really are just like, so where's your inspiration coming from? Like, I just always wanted to see this character do this.
Yeah.
And Marvel's going, you know what? Yeah, that sounds like a
Good
great fucking
idea.
story.
Right.
You know, they're not trying to. They're kind of loosening the reins a little bit as far as like the creativity is concerned over at Marvel.
Yeah.
As long as they bring the character back to like its
There's
at its
core
core.
tenets. There's core
Yeah.
tenets, and outside of that, you should.
Yeah.
There's parameters, but all
Yeah.
great art is made within parameters.
Like all the shit that Donny Cates is doing right now with Venom in the comics.
What's going on
It's-
with Venom?
Oh, dude, we're finding out that like
Is it Agent Venom still?
No,
or-
no, no. Brock's got the suit back.
Okay.
Obviously, because for the fucking film.
Yeah.
So Brock's got the suit back. Like he and the suit really kind of have a symbiotic relationship.
Uh-huh.
But we're finding more about the history of Venom, and
Okay.
he's millions of years old.
Yes.
And we finally discovered like all the planet and like the symbiote god is now calling like all the symbiotes back. The
The
acolytes.
symbiote god.
Yeah, it's insane. And now because like he kind of like reconnected with like the symbiote god for a minute,
Yeah.
it unlocked a bunch of his powers,
Oh.
and he's now like
Got the
actually
source.
really like he and Eddie like really. It's just kind of. I hate that I have to reference the movie.
Yeah.
But it's that back and forth banter they have now.
Where they're a couple.
Yeah.
Now they're
yeah, it's
shipped.
really very much like that.
I know. I'm kind of into that.
and he's
weird
doing some
shit, though.
killer shit with that. It's a great series.
That's really cool. Well, what happened to Flash?
Flash. Do you want him? He's dead.
Spoilers.
He became Agent Anti-Venom,
Yeah.
and he died saving everybody.
Oh.
Using his suit, he used the last of his suit to heal everyone, and
Oh,
didn't keep enough to heal himself.
what a sweet baby. What a sweet.
I'm not over it, man.
I know. How long ago was that?
That was about 6
10
months
years
ago.
ago.
Yeah, in comics, 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
yeah.
time does not move in comics.
Right. Well, I really loved how they did like when he was Agent Venom. So was that the same symbiote that Flash had, or was that a different symbiote? Because I thought it was the same symbiote.
No, yeah, the Venom symbiote is still the same one that's always been passed
Right.
around like
'Cause it
a
was-
bad prom date.
Like their relationship, Flash, and the relationship with that the symbiote was like more like a dog. Like
Right.
Venom was more like a pet, like a wild animal
Yeah.
pet.
He would always like
that-
try to like shh, trying to calm the symbiote.
Oh, calm down! Don't eat anybody.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
calm
Don't
down.
eat anybody.
And I like that. I was into that. I was into that. But I'm down if Eddie's back. That's cool.
Yeah, and it's kind of weird because like they really kind of encompass like he's still trying to do the whole. Yeah, he's trying to be a hero.
Yeah.
I mean, he really is trying to save New York from the symbiote demon, and we're finding out like the whole
So
thing.
there's if there's symbiote God, then there's
God,
symbiote.
no, symbiote God.
Oh,
excuse
okay.
me.
I didn't know if there's
Yeah.
symbiote Satan too.
Well, I mean, kind of. He's kind of
It has to be.
giant wings, super scary.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're finding this whole thing like the government, because like Agent Venom wasn't the first time they decided to utilize that idea that back in Vietnam, like they had kill squads that were actually using symbiotes.
Yeah.
Like,
right. Yeah, because
it's a deep. Let's talk about the movie because I
Yeah.
don't want to go down that
right, right,
rabbit hole, man.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
This is what happens when we bring the comic guy on.
What else did you love about the Spider-Verse movie?
I liked that it wasn't joke after joke after joke to break up tension. Mm-hmm. That was really important for me. again, one of those things where everyone got like just enough equal time to make it happen, where it was worth every character's while.
Yeah.
They made some really smart moves as far as like Gwen. That's Gwen Stacy. We all know that's Gwen Stacy, Peter's first love that died in this alternate universe.
Yeah.
They really kind of glossed over the fact like she's like, oh, I'm Gwen Stacy.
Yeah, they did.
They didn't have to dive. You don't want Peter getting distracted in this story for that. You know. So that was kind of a really smart move. I really just kind of like that it pivots more towards Miles and Gwen kind of being a thing.
Yeah.
Like, because that's the flirtations there, and it's also in the comic books.
Well, Gwen in the comics, what universe is she in?
I'm going to screw it up. It's 1619, but correct me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I was like, didn't they bring all the universes together recently? But they're all, because that was the thing, is like, she happened right when they were trying to clean up continuity, and then now they have this character that's just popping the fuck off, that they just, like...
I think the official stance now is like there isn't a main universe now. Like a few of them survived.
Okay, there's a few. Because they did clean house for like a lot of that shit, and they
that was the whole point of Secret Wars. But then you just talked about it. Like then you cut off all the possibilities of the stories you could tell.
Right.
The bread scene with Peter and MJ was heartbreaking, says Spidey Sense 72. Mm-hmm. With the you deserve all the bread. That was really funny.
That was cute.
That was cute. He was like, get it, but he was like, he thought he was gonna die, you know. So he's like, I had to say this to her, you know. I was just like, I
should have been there for you with the bread.
When you needed the bread.
You shouldn't have had to ask for it.
Yeah.
With the bread.
Those conversations.
I mean, like, for you, like, what stuck out is like, I can't believe they did that. Like, it just is.
You know what? The whole thing was like I loved everywhere they went. I like the idea of not getting to have those conversations that he wanted to get to have.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, and I know at the end he fucking gets to go talk. He goes to talk to her, and of course he gets to go talk to her. But like being into like, holy shit, I'm gonna get to have like I can talk to you, which
like this was the first run. You can go do this
right without the baggage of, because even if he gets to talk to her, there's still going to be the baggage of what's gone on. This was when she was younger. This was like before he had fucking ground her, before he had dulled her edge, before he had like wore her down. Where it's like, I get to talk to you. And then he couldn't do it. Couldn't pull the trigger. Yeah. That's super cool.
I think that's. I mean, as far as like Spider-Man is concerned, like, because he's the most relatable character as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
That's something you're going to pull. You're like, people are going to relate to that.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I love the fact that it's in a Spider-Man film.
Yeah.
That's a common thread.
Right. Well, that was one thing I was talking to a friend the other day about, like the archetypal, like if you look at like the 4 heavy hitters, dude superheroes. You have like Superman, who is like an enlightened being who's above all of us that we'll never be. He's an alien.
Right.
Like we can't be. We just can only aspire to be as awesome and be inspired by him. You have Batman, who's a psychopath. He's a fucking psycho.
It's a rich guy that beats up poor people.
Yeah, he's and then he's like, I don't want to be a rich guy. I just want to fucking hang out and dress up and beat up poor people. It's like, what the fuck is your problem? And then you have Wolverine, who he's like an emotional dude. He's a hard time with his emotions. You know, he's got to keep that shit in a wrap because he knows he's gonna fucking kill people and he doesn't want to do that. And then you have Peter Parker, who I feel like is the most relatable of all of these characters, who's just the guy who's like, I got my thing, but I just can't keep my life balanced, you know? And like I think I would argue that Spider-Man is the most iconic, popular superhero in the world. I would argue that.
If not, he's giving Superman a run for his money.
Right. It's him or Superman. That's it. I mean,
and he make these fucking films as much as they do, he's going to take over quick.
Average dude or like son of God, you know? It's just like, what do you prefer? You know, what's your poison?
Hopefully as times start to progress on a little bit and we're kind of growing our ideas of what the self is like capable of.
Yeah.
I want people to really relate more with Peter than I do
with Superman.
Yeah.
You don't have to be an alien.
Yeah.
Anybody who wears the mask.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Just be your best self.
Right.
That's my
thing.
Man.
I can't tell you how many fucking times I think to myself, with great power comes great responsibility. Like, that shit is like, if nothing else, you know, like, fuck you. Like, that's real shit.
It's real
that
shit.
has helped me throughout my life. It is something I keep coming back to. And thank you, Spider-Man and Stan Lee and Steve Ditko.
Absolutely.
You know, like, thanks, Marvel.
The shoutouts were there. It's the homages were there. It definitely sets the path for like growing the character and the mythos of the character.
Yeah. And
you know, I'm gonna always bring it back to this. Like, I love that Miles is his own character, but he is wearing the Spider-Man costume because anyone can.
Yeah.
But man, I've seen the movie twice now, and both times to watch black kids, Hispanic kids, Asian kids, Indian kids,
Little girls.
in those theaters, little girls, just like all kind of rushing in. And being able to relate to this character.
Yeah.
And guys can call me fucking sad. I don't give a shit. You know I'm right. That hit me more than anything else.
Then it could be. I mean, it really is a bit. It could be, and as you put whatever label, it could be fucking anybody.
It could be fucking anybody.
You're not doing. It could be anybody. It could be different white dudes. It doesn't have to be Peter
yeah,
Parker.
right.
It could be. It could be different white dudes too.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, white dudes are like, what about me? Like, no, it could be you too. Chill the fuck out. That's the whole
like,
point.
it's anyone, dude.
anybody.
Anyone goes, dude. Chill out. Full-time fader. I like says Superman equals God, Peter Parker equals man, Batman equals devil, and I would say he didn't have this. Wolverine equals animal.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Peter Parker's the man, Wolverine's the animal. But then it's like, and that goes into too. It's like that's Marvel. Like that's what they talk about is like man and your instincts and fighting all that stuff and being flawed and being a fucked up person. Whereas on the DC side of things, the flavor is always more like a religious fucking mythology.
Always based on the Greek gods.
It's always a mythology. So it's like, of course, it's like God and the devil over there, and then man and animal over here, which is a lot more, in my opinion.
That's all like Wolverine was
relatable.
explained. I think you explained this to me a couple years ago. It's like, you understand, that's like nature and man warring with each other at the same time. I'm like, oh.
He's like, that's why he has to meditate, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that's why he goes to Japan and like tries to get with the honor code and the Bushido and all that shit, you know? Because he's like, I gotta
rules.
I gotta figure this out because this is gonna be a problem. He knows
This is gonna be a problem.
He knows he's a problem. He knows he's a fucking problem, you know?
This
Whereas
is why I
like,
go live in a cave with bears for a while.
yeah, I'll just go live in a cave with some bears for a while. I'm just, it's too much. I gotta dip out, you know? I gotta fucking dip out. Yeah. Somebody says Wolverine to me is an explanation of why immortality sucks. Superman is about being boring. No, Superman's not about being boring. You gotta read All-Star Superman.
All-Star Superman by Grant
All-Star
Morrison.
Superman's dope.
All-Star Superman.
All-Star Superman.
Dude, we can all agree.
That is
These three assholes
You
can
recommended
agree.
that to me and made me do it, and I read it, and I was like, yeah, that was a
So
good decision.
It's so good.
I'm getting older, and the more I get older, the more I'm like, Grant Morrison, man. I mean, I was already a fan 10 years ago, but
What
those concepts.
you said that I saw a lot of people on Twitter talking about this, that they teared up watching this film.
I cried multiple times in this movie.
Okay, so I didn't get there. I didn't get there with this one. I was like, fuck, I'm gonna start crying and shit. Oh no, but it didn't get me. The fucking Lego movie got me. The Lego Batman movie got me. I fucking cried 2 times Lego Batman movie. What did you cry at?
So I'm deep. I mean, okay, first of all, just watching Miles like have his moment. It was in the preview, and that's what still gives me goosebumps. The jump of faith coming off of that skyscraper. Them deciding to like. The great thing is when they turn the camera, it's not him descending, it's him ascending.
Rising. Dude, that was such a
fucking lost
sick
my
image.
shit. Like that's
that was the best image, single best image in the whole fucking movie. Really, that image. I was like, why wasn't all the posters that? Because like there was some shitty posters. So I was like, fuck this poster.
Yeah.
What the fuck? And then I saw that in the movie. I was like, this is the fucking poster. And I did see some that kind of echoed that. But
and then deep cut.
Yeah.
What's the post credit scene?
yeah,
Miguel O'Hara.
Oh, dude.
Spoilers, guys. Spider-Man 2099 makes an appearance at the very end.
Yeah.
And that was fucking dope. I kind of figured out what they were doing. It's like, oh, that's the hologram. That's fucking Alchemex. And I lost my shit.
I love that they did the meme culture thing too. Where that fucking Spider-Man meme with the 2 Spider-Men pointing, and then they're like, someone out there's got their fingers on the
Hell
pulse
yeah.
at Sony,
Yeah.
the meme culture, and I was like, oh, that's pretty
Well
good.
played.
That's well played, sir. Well played, Johnny C. When did you cry? What made you
Well, I would
cry?
say first, the most shocking. I was thinking about the most shocking thing that I said I couldn't believe they went is when watching Kingpin kill Spider-Man. That was nuts. They were like,
I didn't cry.
no, not to cry, but I was like, holy shit!
They fucking
like,
did that.
right now. Here's
there.
fucking Kingpin about to brutalize Spider-Man.
And it happens up early in the movie when people are like, you sure you're ready for the rest of this?
It was like, that was the most like, oh shit, anything could happen. 'Cause
Yeah.
we just watched Kingpin fucking murder Spider-Man with his hands.
Yeah. Yeah.
I cried. bunch of the family stuff really that was a real story. This is a real story.
Yeah.
And with real parents, his mom fucking loved that kid, and it was fucking super cool to see the relationship with his dad, dropping him off at school, making him look like an asshole. Like this was a real kid and a real family going through real shit. And then, guess what? And you're Spider-Man.
Right.
This fool already had a bunch of other shit going on. This was not like some boring teenage kid.
Yeah.
This was a bunch of, and there was a couple times that I had to remember how old he's supposed to be. Like, this kid's 12, 13 years old. Like, this is a young fella going through some real shit right now.
Yeah.
You know, but I was like, I love the one I was crying, the triumphant moments. Like there's a bunch of things where it's like where you're like just and I was also aware in the movie because I knew nothing going in, and I don't know if I just don't have my finger on the pulse of shit. It seemed to be like this movie wasn't advertised that much. If it was, I missed it. So this seemed like not a priority movie.
Yeah.
Like a movie that's for Stoney, for whoever, was not a priority going in. So I really had no idea what to expect and was very, very aware about halfway in, like, oh shit, this is really fucking good.
Yeah.
Like, this is good. I knew nothing about it going in, and it was like not having to deal with it, but like having that realization, like, holy shit, this is really fucking good. This is gonna
like halfway through, you start getting more excited.
Like, it's like, oh man, what the fuck's gonna happen now? You know, there was a couple of that moments that had nothing to do with the movie, more my reaction to the movie, where it's like, holy shit, like, what a great fucking movie.
Is Miles Morales gay in some? Is there a version of him
There's
that's gay?
different versions, of course.
Because Full Time Fader's asking about gay Miles. Is this gay Miles or what? I didn't know that.
It's a
gay
version.
Miles.
Is that because he didn't kiss her? Is that what they're asking? I was thinking that this is more society keeping the black man down. Why can't he kiss the white girl? Like Eddie Murphy didn't get to kiss the girl in Beverly Hills Cop. Like all this shit. Like, why doesn't he get to kiss this girl?
They make out so much of the comics, man. It's coming.
Why does he get to kiss this girl? Like, she went to another universe. They don't know if she's gonna
You can actually ghost her and not be guilty about it.
Exactly. Like, this is it. This is what we have. We have right now. How do you not kiss that girl? I mean, I get, but I put that more on her. He's a young, like, you're an older woman. Like, you take control of the situation, woman.
Take control of the situation.
Make this young boy a man.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah. Put some lips on this kid. Make him a man. This is Spider-Man. He just saved the fucking multiverse.
The multiverse.
You think he doesn't deserve he doesn't get a kiss? And it's not like she's not into it. I'm not like,
she was into it.
Right. It's not like I'm saying, hey, kiss this boy that you don't like.
Right.
It's like, hey, this young man who you are obviously super attracted to. This dude just saved everybody.
Yeah.
Give this man a kiss.
Is that
too much to ask by
Give
being
Miles
lunatic?
Morales a kiss.
Why can't this dude kiss this girl?
Kiss Miles.
She had an eyebrow piercing.
Miles.
Girls with eyebrow piercings, they want to make out.
They want to make out so hard.
These guys would fucking know, all right? These two dickheads would totally know.
I am saying this with decades of professional.
Because women with an eyebrow piercing, like, eyes are up here, bro.
Yeah, right.
That chick wants to make out, man. Get out of here.
It's true.
Yeah. Fun times. Spidey says, I totally misjudged this Johnny C dude. He's pretty fucking cool.
What do you mean?
No, he's a piece of shit. Don't get it twisted.
I don't know which one of you was right.
He's the worst. He's the worst.
Your plan's working.
Yeah. Exactly. Right. Yeah, dude. And seriously, like, I know I've already talked about this, but that Spider-Gwen costume is so hot. Dude. That guy,
and you can do that, like, you can do that super easy.
The hood on it,
you do it easy.
Yeah.
That's not like a...
Oh, yeah.
That's a tracksuit and a trip to, like, Joann's, man.
Yeah, they fucking print these motherfucking things, like, they can get it online. No problem. There's, like, all this new printing technology that they have. Like, they're fucking just printing these suits and fucking making so much money. It's so cool.
I dropped the ball on this one. I should have asked you. Where did you cry?
Well, I didn't. I did get a little teary at the triumphant thing, you know, where they fucking triumph, and I was like, yeah, fuck it. That's because like I fucking got teary when fucking Thor got his fucking thunder back and like came, you know, when he's like they play that fucking music, and I was just like, oh god, it's just too glorious. Like, oh,
can you believe this was a Sony film?
Yeah, right. I know. I was like, what the fuck is happening
Something
here?
different.
Like, what?
Like,
what?
obviously,
yeah.
Although you said it was the Lego guys.
Yeah.
So Lego people, because they got booted off the Lego films, didn't they? Or they're not doing Lego films
films. Well, they got booted
anymore?
off of Solo. I don't know what's going on.
Oh, yeah, Solo. Okay, yeah. And so, yeah, then they were doing that. And it's like, okay, this is a good place for them. Like, this is, I don't know if they were ready. I mean, Have they done other like live action stuff?
Let's put it this way: I need to keep track of them.
Okay, yeah, because I don't know. Yeah, I don't know either. But yeah, I love the Lego Movie, and so this yeah. Well, that has multiverse shit in it too. You know, you got fucking Cloud Cuckoo Land, and it's like that's where I'm from. You know, it's like fucking.
Yeah, oh my god, you just nailed it, man. Like like because the Lego has all the licenses.
They've got the Western world, and
they're able to like mix all that shit up together perfectly. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, you got the fucking city stuff. Yeah. Yeah, I'm okay. Brass Knuckle Bruiser says, I am glad that Gwen and Miles remained simply friends. Too often the guy always has to get with the girl, and male-female friendships are totally underappreciated. Okay, I thought it was cool change of pace.
I 100% agree with the notion that there needs to be more that. I have a bunch of female friends. You are a great friend of mine.
Yeah.
Like, I get along, and I like, and I agree there, but. This was not a platonic relationship that was being shown on screen. If at all times it was kept like, hey, we're friends, and not at 1 second that you fucking and give him the eyes and all that shit, that would have been fine.
Horny teen spider love.
Right.
You know?
Don't show can you imagine the hormones?
Dude.
Pumping through those two lunatics.
Crazy.
So I agree.
2 backs, 16 legs.
Acrobatic.
I agree that male and female platonic relationships being shown in a positive way is a problem.
Yeah.
That is a problem in media. That is a problem in movies and television. That is I 100% agree with that. Mm-hmm. But no, not even but and that chick wanted to make out with that dude, and they were. It's not like she was going back to her grandma's house and I'll see you next summer. She's going.
I'm going to another universe.
She's going to another universe,
dude.
Yeah. This is what we got right now. So in 90%, I'll even get 90% of circumstances, I agree. This is that is a very sweet platonic relationship. They have just undergone extreme things.
Yeah.
This is not. They didn't like ride the bus home from school together. They saved the fucking multiverse. It's time to make out.
They saved the multiverse together.
It's time to make out.
It is. Well, it would be pretty hot to save the multiverse. I mean,
right?
I'd want to smooch someone if I saved the multiverse.
Don't you remember when, no, that was a Demolition Man, right? When Sandra Bullock wanted to make out with Sylvester Stallone after he beat up all the dudes outside Taco Bell? Like, that's
I know, Sarah's like, fans always push for relationships, but it's like, well, that's the fucking...
I don't want a relationship, I want to make out.
No, thinking about fictional characters having sex it's one of the best things in life, okay? It's gotten me through so much shit in my life, you know? It's like, let me have my fandom. Let me ship my characters, okay? The reason I'm watching this is because I like to think about them having sex later, okay? Fuck?
These are young children. I don't want them having sex.
Well,
lick each other's necks, maybe.
Look, fucking spiders, like superheroes in general, in my opinion, are kind of a safe gateway into sexuality for children. Because essentially you have naked people. They're wearing spandex. They're essentially naked.
Gassed out.
And they have all these fucking powers, and they're doing these adult things, you know? So it's like, I feel like that's inherently a part of the superhero mystique is sex. You know, I think that's definitely a part of it. So I'm going to ship. Okay? So I'm going to shamelessly ship. I'm going to do it, and I can't stop.
Dude, 14-year-old girl reading comic books.
Oh man, that's all I thought about.
No, I'm saying I'm picturing her like this is
fixated.
Porn.
It is porn. Yeah, it was fixated. Draw some fan art right now.
Animal. Can't see the balls good enough. I'm gonna draw this better.
Just leave those out. Leave those out. Just have a nice something else in the way. But yeah, ship wars. Yeah, ship wars. Neck licking is so underrated, says Denim.
Hell yeah, where are you at?
Yeah. Yeah, I know. People's like, why is everyone so scared of sex or romance? That's what dreams are made of.
Right.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's part of life, man. It's part of life, and we all think about it. And I like thinking about fictional characters. I like cartoon sex. I like hentai. I'm into it. I think I'd rather watch cartoons have sex than real people have sex, to be honest, because it's like it looks better generally.
Sure. Well,
so like it's in your mind, it's more, and they can do lots more fun things. You know, you get a lot more weird angles you don't get.
Weird angles.
You get some interesting stuff.
I was asked about this, by the way, really quickly, because now I've got you live and we can actually ask this question. Do you think the reason Venom was so popular, especially overseas, that it had a really good like hentai crossover appeal for a lot of people?
100% yes. Yes, I think, dude, I was just like, this queer, weird, bromance relationship, like they have a relationship, like they've got a thing, and then oh, there was a clip that just came out on Twitter. Did you see that clip where it's like, so you know that scene where She-Venom kisses Eddie,
which
and
was
then
really
kisses
hot, by the way.
symbiote. And then there was this joke was cut where he's like, "Oh, was that you or the thing?" And she was like, "It was mostly me." But then Venom comes and he's like, "And me," and like he was like, "And me," and then they fucking cut that joke, and it's like, what? Like they should have gone way further with it. I've seen so many funny dude, so much amazing Venom fan art and like cartoons and stuff where it's like people on the internet are just like, Eddie wearing Venom's gym shorts, and then Venom's just like smiling back there, like having the best time. It's just so pervy and great, and I just fucking can't get enough of it. And Ed Hardy's weird relationship. And Ed Hardy's kind of fun. That
Tom
guy.
Hardy.
Or Tom Hardy.
But Ed Hardy is weird also.
I was like,
Tom
Ed
Hardy.
Hardy?
Sorry. Tom Hardy. Tom Hardy.
In this movie?
You know that he's.
Does he draw eagles?
I feel like Tom Hardy's
Tough-ass tigers?
probably kissed some dudes. I feel like he's kind of
Tom Hardy?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Oh yeah.
Are you
So it's
kidding
like
me?
him and the fucking Venom. Yeah, they could make that work.
It's too hot not to.
Dude, look at his mouth. Are you kidding me? Have you seen his lips? Like, come on. Come on, guys. We've all looked at him. Yeah, and that tongue. Yeah, fucking Venom tongue.
Oh, my God.
Venom tongue is so good.
Just stick it in my mouth and don't stop.
Just
keep going. Let's see what happens.
Best thing is dreams come true with Venom. Like that's possible, actually.
Yeah, there's a lot of fun things. There's a lot of fun possibilities there. There's a lot of fun possibilities there. I love that. Like DJ Khaled had said something about how he doesn't eat pussy a long time ago, and then it was right when that Venom trailer came out where it showed Venom and he's like, this fucking tongue, and then it was like somebody retweeted, it's like DJ Khaled like, I don't eat pussy, and then like the internet, it just showed that clip of Venom like, like I do, like it was like so funny. I was like, I love this is like the best crossing over of fucking weird streams ever. Like, thank you, internet. Yeah, what a wonderful time.
Good times, guys.
Yeah. How'd you like the Venom
So
movie?
it's a movie for family.
Yeah, right. Totally. Totes. Although, Josh did recognize, he did see something in the Spider-Verse movie that he was like, fuck this. This was fucking lame. He noticed that both of the female characters in the final fight got saved by dudes.
Ooh.
He did notice that. He's like, what the fuck is that? And I was like, I didn't even notice that.
I didn't notice that. I'm really sorry.
Yeah, the fucking the fucking anime one, she was like in
hentai.
trouble. I just saw Twitter on Twitter was like, do not make lewd, fucking fan art of what's her face, fucking Penny Parker. It's like, now you insured it. You said that because you wanted it.
Do you even know how the internet works?
Like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's there's gonna be a lot of that. Yeah, hentai's cool though. Whatever. It's cool. So cool. It's not weird. It's not weird at all. You're supporting art.
Yeah.
You're supporting art.
100%.
You got an artist there. You don't have anyone being taken advantage of.
No one's kink shaming.
Nobody's fucking.
God, no.
Nobody's.
Whatever creeps you out turns somebody on so hard. Just get over it.
I mean, the porn I
just-
prefer like older, unattractive people in their own bedroom is for sure. It's
Yeah.
true.
Hey,
Like,
we all have our fucking
preferably
flavors.
doing like weird shit.
Yeah.
Like, that's like.
Well, like, okay, so one of my favorite hentai things that I've discovered is living clothes. That's one of my.
Wait, this is a thing?
Yeah, this is a thing. Living clothes, where some heroine. You're like, yes.
Well, I don't
Tell
know,
me
I
more.
don't know, I just-
Okay, some heroine
ready
was
to
like,
be
I'm gonna
shocked.
go kick the fucking demon's ass, whatever. She's given a suit of armor. Like some mystical suit of armor that's gonna help her go kick fucking ass in this thing. And so she puts it on, and then she goes, and then a little bit later, she finds out that this is not a mystical suit of armor. This is a living fucking creepy thing. And
Who told her it was a suit of armor?
some assholes, usually. She's tricked into it, generally. Like, she's tricked into putting on but sometimes she's wearing the living clothes because she's into
That's
it.
an anime like Kill la Kill.
Yeah.
That explains you're empowered.
Yes, empowered, yes.
Yeah,
But in
alright.
this, she gets fucked by the costume at the end of the thing.
I did not see that
That's
coming.
terrible.
Yeah, but I was like, oh, living clothes. I love clothes. I love clothes.
My boyfriend can be clothes.
I would have an outfit like that. Like, where do I sign? Oh, yeah, I'm going to kill that guy. Give me that suit. Give me that suit,
Yeah,
baby.
you would date your clothes.
I know.
Guys, just give us
Dude.
sexy, sentient clothing.
Sexy.
symbiotes already.
Well, see, and then the Venom movie was like living
That's what it
clothes.
is,
That's
sure.
what it is. Like, it's fucking living clothes. So my dirty mind went to living clothes with Venom.
How different is that movie if like Venom's like a chick? It's like, the symbiote's female. Like that. I'd prefer that movie.
Yeah. I know. I like
She could be. You can be like in most I like movies, or not even movies. In most general situations, you see whatever, but you see dudes pushed by their crazy girlfriend. Like, no, this is.
Getting them in fights and stuff.
Getting away with the gun, like all that, like. And so to have a Venom that's like, no, you asshole, like. You're gonna be hard. Like, quit being a pussy.
Yeah.
Like, you're gonna be hard. Like, we're gonna kill some people.
Yeah.
Quit being a pussy.
Get him in fights.
At one point, isn't even like Venom.
Get him in fights.
Yeah. At one point in the movie, Venom's even like, "You're making us look bad."
Yeah. Right. Yeah. You're making us look bad. Put your hands down, dude. You're making us look fucking lame right now, and you gotta fucking calm down.
Which is definitely a relationship like, you were making us, baby. I am right here. Come on.
It's like a platonic relationship, female symbiote.
Right.
Like, letting this fool know, trying to make him his best evil self. You know, like come on, man.
It's crazy that Sony's just knocked 2 out of the park, but like, they're getting ready to fuck it up. You know what I'm saying? It's like,
what's
next? Okay, I know. Like, what's next? Because I know that they're trying to spin off. I know that they've announced
Mobius, the living vampire.
Mobius.
Sounds great.
Silver Sable.
30 Seconds to Mars himself playing the character.
Are you kidding?
Jared Leto's a good actor.
No, I like Jared Leto. He's
got good
for
direction,
this.
yes.
He's good for this.
It's there.
Yeah.
It's inside
It's
of him. It can be brought out like that too.
Because I mean, like,
he is a vampire though. That dude is a fucking living vampire.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm out. Jared Leto's a vampire.
It's not a stretch.
Yeah.
I'm kind of back in. Like, I was out until you told me the main dude's Jared Leto's a vampire. Like, I could be convinced.
Well,
I see a trailer.
Is he like hooking up with like? Is Felicia Hardy going to be introduced
I don't
in
know.
this? Is there going to be
last
some
I heard,
black
the Silver Sable movie got dropped.
I know, what the fuck. So it's like, okay, you're going to make a Silver fucking Sable
and it was
movie
Silver
over
Sable
a
and Black Cat.
movie? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah,
You're gonna
Silver and
pass
Black.
Up? Come on, like,
I didn't.
no.
It's not going to fly. No. I mean, can Sony maintain a Spider franchise without Spider-Man?
That's what I was about to bring up. The worst case scenario here, because we could have been in an alternate. There's an alternate universe right now where Sony blew Venom and they blew this movie, and now the rights are just going back to Marvel.
Like here,
but now we're in the universe where Sony did well with these last 2 movies. So what does that mean for Marvel? Yeah. How are 2 studios going to negotiate the rights issues here?
Right.
Yeah, because they got a shared custody. They got shared.
I mean, obviously, Peter Parker and Marvel is not going anywhere.
Right.
Oh
yeah, dude. If they tried to yank Tom Holland out of there, people would be like riot in the streets. I think that people would.
Although they could, there could be a fight going on behind the scenes.
Well, I don't think that would be good PR for them. I don't think that would be good for anybody.
No one we would burn down Sony if they took away.
Yeah, if they were like, no, he's got to be in this shitty film, and you're like, no, dude.
But Sony does have a bargaining chip now.
But they do have the Spider.
To get what they want.
Well, they do have the Spider-Verse now, though. They just introduced the Spider-Verse.
In my mind, they don't need Peter Parker.
Yeah,
now.
they can have their own.
Like, cool, you guys got that, and we got. Everybody fucking else.
Yeah, because here's the other thing. Like, this is something I saw on the internet, and I want to find the author of the article and just tell him how wrong he was. Is that they were talking about, like, well, you don't understand, like, that Sony killed off their Sam Raimi Spider-Man in this film.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I think you kind of missed the point, guys. Like, it's anyone can be Spider-Man. There's lots of Spider-Man.
Yes.
And we're not talking about, like, any the Twilight Spider-Man movies that were terrible.
Yeah.
Like, that's one of them. That's in a universe. Yeah. Like the
and there's
emo,
100 different Peter Parkers too. It's not just
not any one of those guys was one of the ones from the film. You're missing it.
Right.
Like this is how the universe works.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Like we're dealing with the multiverse.
And
man.
I know, and that's the thing. It's like that. Now we're getting into the real nerd shit. Because you have all the mainstream audiences.
The hentai wasn't nerd enough.
Well, it's like you had mainstream audiences who are coming into the superhero universe, which is essentially a cinematic 616, and now they're being introduced to the idea of multiverses.
It's leveled up,
and it's leveled up.
It's leveled up as a general consciousness.
Yeah.
A general consciousness in pop culture right now, it's leveled up.
I mean, because execs don't necessarily think creatively, but if you're an exec looking at the numbers, like at some point you're looking at fucking this movie and going, do we need to do live action for this?
Right.
Why? I know. I'd be down. Somebody here says I can't see your name because it's in dark blue, but they got to retcon Venom into the MCU. He can tangle with Peter Parker in a future Spider-Man movie. I would be totally okay to see Venom come into the MCU. Well, I'm not okay with seeing Tom Holland go over there.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. I want to see what Marvel Studios would have done with Venom.
Yeah.
Well, not to mention, like Eddie, like Holland's Eddie Brock works perfectly in the MCU. Mm-hmm. Like that version of Eddie is perfect for the MCU movies.
Yeah.
So it really bums me out. I'm like, well, we're gonna try to gotta pull Spider-Man. But no, Marvel, make the play for Venom.
Yeah.
In fact, like, hey, look how good this animated movie did, you guys.
Do that.
Why don't you?
Hey.
Yeah, but I mean, Venom made. Wait, I think Venom's the highest grossing superhero film now.
Really?
It's who would have
China.
guessed? Who would have guessed?
Oh, no.
Never in a million years.
It was all you because you said you liked it.
Yep.
It was all
It was
you.
all me.
Admittedly, I kept watching that film going like, that's a problem. That's fucked up.
Oh, no,
that's
it's fucking
What
stupid.
the hell?
Oh, yeah,
And I
no,
watched
it's
that movie going
fucking
like, I really liked it.
But it's, like, it was just, my fucking fan mind was like, oh, yeah, these are fun ideas. I like this. This is cool.
Holland. I'm doing it now too.
Yeah, sorry. Tom Hardy
made that movie.
Tom Hardy.
He made that movie so watchable.
He
so
did.
funny.
And it was all, I feel like he's the reason that it worked.
Yeah.
Like, totally. Like, without him, it wouldn't have worked. With somebody else, I don't think it would
Because
have
everyone else
been.
phoned it in. Even the
Yeah.
art department phoned that one in.
Yeah. Oh yeah, dude. What's her face's wig? God damn, it was a bad
Exactly what I'm
wig.
talking about.
That was such a bad wig. I was like, fuck. And then they show Carnage's wig in the end. I was like, fuck, that's even worse wig.
But
Like,
it's so
what the
bad,
fuck?
it's good.
Oh, I don't know.
Woody
Some
Harrelson's Woody Harrelson's wig was
He
so
had
bad.
a
It's
Brenda
good.
from Accounting hair. It was like he looked like he just dyed it with Faria, and it was just like kind of, you know, it wasn't like a natural red. So this guy looks like a box dyed red frizzy accountant hair. It was weird. I don't know, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. We'll see
Right
how
on.
it goes. I'm gonna watch it. I'm gonna show up. I'll fucking watch the Venom 2.
I mean, I know
whatever
at
the
this
fuck.
point, like, I'm just gonna walk in every Sony Spider movie just with my arms crossed, going like, "All right, prove it again, man."
All right.
You know.
All right.
Like,
It's like that toxic relationship where it's like, oh, you had a couple of good dates, you know, but you're still like, I don't know if I should take this guy back. I don't know, I should just fucking wait.
and then at the end of the date, like, gives you a really nice, sweet kiss on the cheek, and doesn't try to do anything really weird.
Right, yeah, doesn't try to push it,
and
doesn't pushing it.
So you go for the next date.
Right.
Oh,
So,
God.
okay, we'll see, Sony. We'll see, Sony. But I do appreciate that they have done some really cool stuff with like new animation techniques. Like that was just I love anything like cell shaded animation bullshit that like where you take 3D stuff but you make it look partially 2D,
Right.
and you mix those two styles. Like I remember the first time I ever saw that was Beautiful Joe, that game.
Oh, that was such a good. Yes,
And
I
I
know
was
exactly
like,
what you're talking
dude,
about.
why aren't more video games look like this? Because it's like you have, like, from one angle, like, he looks like a two-dimensional character, but he's a three-dimensional character. And I always loved that look, and this was kind of doing a little bit of
The
that.
thing that got me in the animation was just the word balloons popping up.
Yeah,
moving in
I
three
love the
dimensions.
word
Well, there was just,
stuff.
I mean,
yeah.
because they used the animation to its greatest effect. Like, the scene
Oh, yeah,
changing.
Okami and Wind Waker, too. Yeah, you're right, yeah.
Do like the scene changing, like really quickly, like the colors when like to emphasize like a beat. Just even the characters glitching.
Yeah,
In and out of
the
reality.
The glitching
It's like
was
I don't think you
cool.
could have pulled that off with anything else and made it look like seamless and natural for that universe. You know? A lot of the settings, just Miles walking down the street listening to music. A lot of it really seemed like live action, like filmed, and then they did their magic over it.
Yeah.
For the background of the settings, and then brought the animation like flavor with the character
I like
on
all
top of that.
I like the zip tone patterns they put in there too, little dots.
Totally,
I love that.
totally.
You know
dot
what?
stuff.
You just reminded me of how great this fucking movie was. All the Kirby crackle.
Yeah.
They used Kirby crackle for
Yeah.
energy and for all the transdimensional stuff, and that's a really great shout out to Jack
good.
Kirby.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Oh my
That's good
god.
stuff. You
Just
gotta get
realized
that. You gotta get that Kirby crackle.
Yeah.
TM. Kirby
crackle's good.
TM. Yeah. I know. Everyone's like rotoscoping. It's called rotoscoping. Okay, whatever. Fucking whatever.
It was
Fuck.
cool.
It looks cool. All right. I'm fucking don't
it.
know. I know
Yeah.
about other nerd stuff. Okay.
I'm the guy who gets excited and spits on my host. I'm sorry about that,
You
guys.
know, it
I
happens.
didn't know it's
you know,
rotoscoping.
It happens.
Yeah.
I've been, get people excited.
Don't.
You know what I liked about it was all the rotoscoping.
Yeah.
Where were you? We could have used you. Oh.
Johnny C. bathroom break.
Yeah. But yeah, I definitely man, I do feel like I was a little robbed of Spider-Gwen when I was a girl, because man, I could just see little girls being so pumped.
As they should be.
I just that's the thing. It's like, as I hear a lot of adults when they see these movies, and they're like, well, fuck this movie and blah blah blah. It's like, it's not for you, bitch.
Not for you.
It's not for you. Like, when are you gonna realize
This is
that?
such a hard concept
Like,
for people.
how is this such a hard? Like, go into it knowing that this is for the younger generation, and that this is their thing, and like get excited for them, and like, so that's something like I like being like, oh man, I'm so excited for them. Like, it's so cool.